What's up, chat? What's up, YouTube? This is the Needed Podcast, 211 episodes. If you guys didn't know, I did upload the best of episode 1 through 100 on the YouTube right now, man. You guys can go over there and check it out. Exclamation point podcast in the chat will take you to that YouTube. And if you're on the YouTube watching this, make sure you check out that best of the first 100. I kept it under locks for a while because, it was only for our subs and everything, but now it's for everybody. You could check that out. Some people love those early moments of the show, and what it's become now is even greater. Boys, so here we are. Episode 211 already. Episode 211, boys. We are here. Big show. It is Madden launch. Madden has been out for 1 week. What do we think? Do we love it? Do we hate it? Comms from the chat, 1 to 10. I got to go strong 10 because it's new. We are still in the honeymoon phase. Nobody knows the full cheese yet to cheese us, right, boys? Like, we are in the honeymoon phase, and things are always better in the honeymoon phase. We enjoy them more. There's no bad stuff, and we always look at the positive. When a couple months from now, we might look back differently. We might. It could be an option, but a lot of cheesers, everything. But at the end of the day, things have been booming. Twitch has been awesome. YouTube, everything. Launch week. Before we got on, I told Kmac, how do you keep every week like launch week? That's my goal. How to do it. How to get it going. I'm glad you guys are having fun playing Madden because it's been popping. Now, you guys will be proud of me. I took my notes on the phone today. I did not use my notebook because, you guys make fun of me for having a notebook. I don't know what's wrong with the kids nowadays that they don't use a notebook to write stuff down. I think it's important, but I do have notes on here on my phone. Missing my notebook, I honestly need it, matter of fact, because you never know, like, things might, mid convo, you might, there you go. Mid convo, you might have some other, you might have some new stuff to write down. Never know. You might have some pictures to draw. That is Jesse. Tell me that's not Jesse. That's Jesse. See? You can't do this on a typewriter. You can't do this on your phone. It's literally Jesse. Right there. So, you got to have the ability to do stuff like that. That's Jesse. And if you had your phone or your notepad or anything like that, like, look at all this. Look at all these notes I get down here. You don't have that everywhere. This is just beautiful. And then you could doodle. I'm a big doodler. I am. Are you guys doodlers? Do I have any doodlers in the chat? Are there any doodlers in the chat? Big doodler here. I'm a big doodler. But anyway. All right. Another dub. I played a lot of chat money games last night. And I won all of them because I'm just a goat. But I used that money to pay the Cleveland Bee Company today. We had a giant wasp nest inside of our house. And listen, I'm a man's man. I am. I'm a man's man. However, my wife is afraid of bees. I probably would have left the wasps because they really weren't bothering us. Every once in a while, somehow one would wind up in the house, right? So that was a little freaky. But my wife is petrified of the wasps, bees, all that shit. Then I got stung maybe a month ago. Last time I mowed the lawn because there was a yellow jacket nest in the ground. They stung my leg. Another thing. So we had double whammy. We had wasps in the house, behind the walls, I guess, or from the outside, maybe in the gutter or wherever it is. And then we had the yellow jackets in the ground. So these guys came today, Dave and Rick, good guys, and he had a giant wand that shot out gas, and he put like a drill on it on the back, and it was like a 10-foot wand. There's just it just shot gas into this, I guess, crevice in the facial board where this nest was. So and then they did the one in the whatchamacallit, in the ground. And then I couldn't find my checkbook because, it's 2023. Do you guys have a checkbook? And my wife is like, this shit pisses me off. I have a designated spot for my checkbook in my desk because I have like desks within my setup, like little desks and stuff. I have a designated spot for my checkbook. Now, let's not be real. This happens once, maybe 2 times a year where I have to write a check. But then she takes it and puts it in this damn safe all the way up on the 3rd floor in a safe. And do I know the combination for the safe? No, I don't. Why the hell would I know the combination for the safe? Today was my first day back watching Christopher. So she was gone. She had to go to work. She got a new job in the school system. She got a good job. So things are looking up for the McFarlands. But she was gone. I'm watching the kid. The beekeepers, Rick and Dave, are out there shooting gas. I can't find my damn checkbook. She puts it in the safe. And the worst thing about it, my wife is notorious for the worst password person in the world. Every single password she has is different. Like, she'll put a different number for our alarm code, different number for her cell phone unlocking, different number for the safe. It's like, holy shit, I got to guess one of the 17 numbers that you put for, like, I hate those people. I hate those type of people. Because I myself have had the same password for 24 years, since AIM. My password from AIM is my password to freaking everything that I have now. Is that bad? But I know my password for anything. I could get on MySpace right now. Right now, I could get on my MySpace account. Now, obviously, sometimes they cuck you with you got to add numbers, you got to add asterisks, you got to add this, that, and the third. They do that. They mess it up a little bit, But you know what happened to me? I told you guys this story, at least on stream this week. I got my identity stolen. So somebody got me. I'll tell you the story now because I don't think I told it on the Please Buy Password Manager. I do. It's called Google. Anyway, so I'm at home one day playing Madden. This is probably 15 years ago. I was probably like early 20s. I'm playing Madden upstairs. This is when I lived with my sister and my mom. And they knock on the door. Boom, boom, boom. My sister answers the door. And it was the FBI. Like the real FBI. Like not like police uniforms. Like literally suit and ties. Like, is Chris McFarland here? And my sister said no. Because she didn't know who the hell they were. And they left. Now, obviously, if I was in trouble, the FBI wouldn't just leave, right? So she gave me their card. I call them up and I meet with the FBI. And they're like, are you Chris McFarland? I said, yes. And I showed them my ID. Then they showed me my ID, but with an African guy on it. It's just African as day, like dark-skinned African. And it literally was my name and my address. I'm like, oh, shit. And apparently this guy had been using my name to buy cars. He was just buying cars with my name and shit. And, then he was working at a retirement home, stealing money from the old people, stealing their checkbooks. And, so it was a tough little experience. I had to go to court and everything. But at the end of the day, nothing really bad happened. I always had to, when I filed my taxes, I always needed a personal PIN number because of it. But ultimately, I say all this to say it wasn't devastating, Identity theft is no joke. Identity theft is no joke, boys. All right, so like I said, Madden 1 to 10. We're all loving it. We're enjoying it. I hope you guys are playing it, enjoying it. I want to tell you guys a secret. I'm going to tell you this in confidentiality. I played solo battles today. My son was down here playing. I was doing some video stuff, and I had the solo battles running. Normally, I have practice mode on. Like, when I have my practice mode, when I'm at my computer and I'm not streaming, I'm in the P mode. I am. Not that I'm, like, sitting there for a minute, for an hour, but, I'm in the P mode. Today, I was in the solo battles, Because I almost bought this AJ Terrell card for 2 million coins, but I figured more people would have him pretty soon here. But, why not? That's my point. Why not be in solo battles? If you're going to be on the game, why not be in solo battles, for real? All right. Without any ado, do you guys watch Kmac videos? Kmac's Twitch. He's one of the one of the sweaty Twitchers in the world here. One of the good Madden players that does a good YouTube and does a good Twitch. So I enjoy watching, trying to learn a little bit here and there. You know, not that he could teach me too much, but you know, he's definitely one of the sweats of. Let's see the squad, bro. It ain't no way, dude. It ain't no way, dog. Let's see the squad, bro. Yeah, Kiv is next week. Kiv is indeed next week. He is. Oh, you've heard me this whole time, Kyle?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. My bad. Tough
You're
scene.
good.
Tough scene. There he is. What's up, buddy? How are you? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. How you doing?
Great, man. So, as the man that's had the game the longest, what do you think of Madden 24 so far?
I like it. I like it so far. I mean, anything as opposed to last year is a positive in my book, so I've enjoyed it.
Okay, so you were anti-Madden 23.
Yeah, very, very anti-Madden 23.
That's tough. So you liked Escape Artist more than last year?
Yeah, I did. I did. Yeah, even the low ball wheels versus everything. Yeah, I mean, somehow it wasn't worse than last year in my opinion.
That's tough. Now, I feel like this game's got a lot of similar vibes to last year, except with a lot of cool animations. Are you feeling that?
No, I definitely think like as opposed to all the Maddens I've played, this one is the most similar to the previous one. But like that's not necessarily a bad thing because I don't think last year was like that. It was terrible, but like it was terrible because of a few things like racks and stuff like that, and they fixed a lot of those things. So yeah, I think that's a good thing.
All right, and as one of the prolific pocket passers, like you are a pocket lord, how do you feel about the crackhead quarterbacks right now in the game?
Yeah, I'm not really much of a scrambler. I always like try to remind myself to get on the run, but yeah, I kind of miss the old gen movement. I feel like that was when I had all my crazy pocket clips. I felt like you could maneuver a lot more back then. There was a bigger skill gap, but I mean, I'm still pocket passing, and I'm never the greatest offensive player, but it's been all right so far.
Okay, all right. Now let me ask you. Let's start. When did you start playing Madden? How old are you now? Are you 30 yet? Are you getting there?
No, I'm getting there. I'm 27. Yeah.
Oh shit, 20. I felt like you were like 21 like yesterday, dude. So when did you start playing video games and become a big thing in your life?
Well, I've always gamed. My friends tried to get me into Madden in high school. They had like a $20 like buy-in CFM, and I was I think it was Madden. Which one had the Calvin Johnson on the cover?
And 15, 25 or 15, I think, something like that.
Yeah, I think it was.
13.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
I
it was
don't know.
25, or
Mhm.
maybe 13. Yeah, maybe Madden 13. And $20 buy-in. I joined it. I was Cam Newton in the Panthers, and they were like, dude, Kmac, you got to buy the game. Like it's so fun. We're all in this league together, and it's like, dude, you'll have a great time. So I joined. And they just beat the shit out of me, like just like 50-0 every game. And I was like, all right, well this is terrible. I'm never playing again. And I didn't. I didn't until college. I had the only Xbox on the entire floor, and we were all in Walmart one day, and we all put in $5, bought Madden, and we all shared an Ultimate Team. So we were just taking turns, 24-hour shifts, playing solos, playing head-to-head, and we took it pretty seriously. So yeah, it was fun.
What Madden was that? Like Madden 16 or something?
That was yeah, Madden 15. Yeah, Madden 15 actually.
All right, and then so you had a whole like floor. How many guys were in this Ultimate Team?
We shared a team with like 7 of us.
7 Ultimate Teamers, and you just
Yeah, seven
so,
on one account.
And this was right off of your shitty Madden 13 experience. So you were like a super bot in Madden 6 when you were doing this, huh?
Yeah, well, I told him, I'm like, I'm not putting in the $5. If you guys want to buy it, you guys can use my Xbox. And then I just kept watching. I would like come back from class and they'd all be game, and I was like, all right, well, shit, I'm missing out now. Like, I'm trying to get in on this.
And then you started sweating more than everybody else.
Then I started sweating. Yeah, yep.
I'll see. Now, when did you get like, all right, I'm way better than all my people. I can't play them anymore.
Honestly, it didn't take long. You know, right from the start, I was already pulling up Twitch and like watching people like T-Raw. You know, AKG was one of the first people I watched.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, like Gaming Powerhouse back then. Problem. I think I said Problem already. Maybe not. But yeah, all them guys, and I would like sub to their Twitch channel for all their like Nano Blitz sub tips and stuff like that. And then, yeah, it didn't take long for me to become as sweaty as possible. So
Now you're like good at like Call of Duty and everything like that. Did you play that when
yeah.
you were like a kid or like more than Mad? Did you ever get into that?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I played. I was heavy into COD. I played like in all the tournaments and stuff. FIFA actually was the only sports game I played. I was pretty sweaty at FIFA, and then Fortnite. When Fortnite was a big thing in college, that was like I was big into Fortnite. So I was playing like Fortnite wagers and things like that. So I've always been a tryhard at every game I've played.
Nah, so you're a tryhard gamer. Are you a
Mm.
huge football fan? Like if I'm a 10 and Joke is a 0, where do you fall in the football fan hood?
I would say like a 8.5 or 9 at least. I'm not big into like necessarily the off season stuff. Like I'll watch the draft, but I'm not like John Beast will have a breakdown on Twitter about the Patriots like not signing our third string running back, and I'm like, dude, like, I don't really give a fuck about that. But no, I'm a big fan. I've been watching the Patriots since I lived in Boston in second grade. My parents were never really into sports like that, but they all became Patriots fans because I was a fan. So we all watch games together and we all talk about it together. So that's like a pretty cool little bonding thing. And me and my dad have been to a few Pats games.
Now, you said you lived in Boston in second grade. Now, the one time
Mhm.
you asked me if I was in South Carolina, and you said you move all over. What's up with you
Yeah,
moving all over the country? You're in a
yeah.
different. I swear, like every time I watch a video, you're in a different room. Like, what's the living situation like for you?
No, I've lived four different places in the last or less than 2 years. So San Francisco, Oklahoma, Charleston, South Carolina, and then I just moved to Austin 2 weeks ago. So I'm by Weston Throne, but I'm just used to it. I grew up in a military family, so we moved every
Mm-hmm.
2 years, new school, everything like that. So it was always kind of just normal to me. It feels weird if I'm in like one spot for more than 2 years.
All right. So what was the best spot of your life? Like, what's like, damn, this is like it. That was the creme de la creme of spots to live in America.
I would say my top two so far. I love Charleston. Charleston's awesome. It's a little like fratty though. It's like old money, kind of like people wearing pastel shorts and Sperry's and things like that, which I'm not a huge
Like
fan
Outer
of.
Banks. It's like Outer Banks.
Yeah, exactly like that. That's actually where
Mm-hmm.
they film it. They film it in
Yeah.
Charleston, yeah. And then I liked Arizona though. Arizona's my favorite. I loved Phoenix, Tempe, Scottsdale.
Okay, and now you're in Austin. So
Yeah.
Austin is like the hip spot for especially gamers and I mean not even Madden players obviously, but like I feel like every other game I watch people are moving to Austin. What's the attraction there?
Well, Texas has no state income tax, which is nice. And then
Mm-hmm.
if you're like super sweaty into gaming, it's centrally located, so I don't have to worry about input delay or anything like that. And then obviously I have friends here,
Mm-hmm.
that I can go hang out with and stuff like that. And that's important to have like a good like little balance in life because sometimes I just be just locking in on Madden nonstop and I don't do anything else, and it can become tiresome.
And here we are. I don't know about you, but all my friends are just Madden players now. It's like
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
dude. Like what? like. So
Well,
I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, I'm excited. I told them the B people came over today. I was excited to talk to real people. I'm like, oh shit, Rick and
Be
Dave.
people,
I
yeah.
said, guys, do you want coffee? Do you want water? Like shit, like real humans in life. So that's kind of how my life is now. Just Madden players are my
Right.
entire like fucking, you know, existence right now. So when did like, all right. So what did you go for school for?
Um, Well, I mean, it's kind of similar to how much I move. I changed my major 3 times. So
Yeah.
chemistry, I wanted to be a pharmacist, and then I
Okay.
read that being a pharmacist sucks. I should have probably read that before I decided to do that.
Yeah.
And then I went into finance, and
Okay.
then I transferred from Clemson my first year, and then I went to Arizona State. I took this mandatory course called CIS, Computer Information Systems, and we had these two old professors, these dudes, and they were awesome. They were hilarious. They were like entertainers, but they were also like really smart, and they just like really engaged me. Like it was literally a class on like doing Excel sheets, which is just boring, but they made it super interesting, and honestly, they just really influenced me to just switch my major to that. So I stuck with it, and it was pretty good.
All right, there you go. So then so did you have a job out of did you get working? Like how did that work as far as like when you got out of college?
So after I graduated, my parents like I moved back home to DC, and my parents were like pushing me like every day. They were like on my ass, like, "Kmac, you got to apply to jobs. Like I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna watch you apply to jobs." And I was, just doing that, but I was kind of like half-assing it. Like I wasn't really taking it that seriously because I just didn't really want to work. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Like being a content creator didn't seem like a realistic thing for me at the time. And it's actually funny. Like after a few months of becoming a content creator. DJet and Steve Script, you know them, right?
Oh yeah, sound familiar.
Yeah, they're two like kind of like older heads in the community that they're in the competitive scene, but they worked for like I want to say like a military contractor or something in DC, and they were like they offered me a job to come work with them, do programming and stuff like that, but I had already kind of committed to streaming at that point.
Okay, now when was the I want to be a streamer like thought process? How did you go through that?
Well, for me, it started with like I wanted to be like a competitive player, and
Hmm.
then just watching other Twitch streamers, I was like, this is dope. Like these dudes have like huge communities of people that just fuck with them and root for them. Like literally, no matter they could lose every game, they could say some stupid shit, and everybody just still rocks with them and takes their side. And I was like, that's awesome. Like I want to like winning something to me doesn't really matter if I can't share it with other people. I think it makes the experience that much better. So like that's kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to like share my journey, trying to become like a really good Madden player with other people.
All right, and so you started. You were like, I'm just gonna boot up as a Twitch streamer. How long? When did you like? All right, this is when I'm starting. Because mine was like Madden 16 is when I started doing the Twitch.
Yeah, yeah, I think it was Madden 16. That was back when like leaderboards meant something. Like people actually cared who was number one. Like everybody was grinding like 18 hours a day to try and be number one. And like I was always an early year sweat, especially with spread, because spread was always good at the start of the year. So like being off meta and then just grinding leaderboards like nonstop when they came out, like kind of just put me on the map pretty quickly, I feel like, because a lot of other competitive dudes just didn't stream at all at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I, kind of kicked off pretty quickly. I had a lot of viewers, and I did like the sub for an ebook type of thing. So yeah,
Okay.
no, it definitely worked out at the start.
Okay. Now, as you sit here now as one of the top Madden content creators, what would you have done differently in the last 5 years? If you could go back 5 years from now, what would you have done differently?
Um, I mean, I would have. I mean, I wish I would have started earlier. I think YouTube's a big thing. I think YouTube is the future of content creation. Um, from all the things that I've seen, all the research I've done, I love Twitch. I think Twitch is amazing, but I think Twitch has a finite lifetime. Maybe it won't matter for me, but it will matter for people in the future. I think YouTube is the place to be, and yeah, I wish I had done YouTube earlier.
Yeah, I mean, everybody I see, with their thousands of subscribers or whatever, some people started 20 years ago, or 15
Yeah.
years ago. It's like shit, and then you feel like we're just playing catch up. Like, damn, even as much as we, keep expanding, it's like, dude, those dudes have 15 years. It's tough to catch up to that for the most part. But I agree with you. I think YouTube is the I mean, it has more people watching YouTube. Everybody knows YouTube. It takes a gaming nerd to know what Twitch is really at this point. But
Right. Yeah, I know. Definitely.
it's it's working though. So why do you stay on Twitch? Just to have a second, income essentially.
Well, kind of the always the thing for me was I feel like I could get more viewers, I could get more subscribers, I could make more money ultimately if I took like the route of appealing to casuals more. But I feel like the whole reason I started was because I want to like try to become the best player in the world, and I want to share that journey with people. And that to me is more important than like kind of doing something that I'm not as passionate about. Because for me, passion is everything. Like if I'm not passionate about it, then what's even the point of doing it? You know what I mean? So that's what drives me. That's what makes me want to do things, and that's why I stay on Twitch because I feel like the community here is definitely better than any other platform. It's not even close. Everybody knows each other on Madden Twitch, so I like that.
For sure. Now, to be the best player, what do you need to do to improve your game to become the best player, a belt winner, etc.? Do you have things you specifically need to do better?
Man, it's tough. I mean, I feel like I'm good enough a million percent. For me, I think competitive Madden at the absolute highest level is a mental game. I think it's about when you're playing ladders, 8 hours, back-to-back days. It's about managing tilt. I think when you're on the big stage and it's a different environment you're not used to, I think it's about, having confidence and all the preparation that you put in and not, becoming too locked in, but also not being too relaxed about it. It's really a mental battle, and that's what makes me want to like chase that perfection. You know what I mean? I think it's hard to do that. I think most people on earth aren't capable of being that mentally strong. And watching people like, you can see it in any sport, like the GOAT, Tom Brady or Djokovic in tennis, like all these guys, they're mental warriors. They might not be the most physically gifted, but they're mental warriors. And I envy that. I would love to be able to be like that.
No. So are you a big rager?
Um, I can be, yeah, I can be. I used to rage a lot. I used to break stuff. I feel like it's a little childish now that I'm 27. I feel like if you're breaking stuff after 25, maybe it's time to grow up a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, I haven't broken anything in a while. I'll get mad for sure. I'll definitely get mad, but that's something I've tried to work on over the years is like complaining and raging. I think there's a place for it, and I think it's funny sometimes. You can act a little bit on it, like you can be mad and then kind of exaggerate it, and people enjoy that. But I think actually like doing all that stuff consistently is a little immature.
Yeah, for sure. Now, would you ever sacrifice your content? Because, I mean, we don't need to talk about how bad of a disadvantage all this content is for Madden. Would you ever sacrifice that to, essentially become a better player?
No. Are you referring to like content or like pros not becoming content creators
Yeah,
because they don't want
essentially,
to like
maybe
put
you
their
take
stream
a
out there?
break for a month. Like, I'm going to take a break for a month and lock in on, MCS or something.
No, no, I would never even wait to upload my tournament videos or anything like that. Like I said, the whole like goal for me is sharing that process with everybody as I do it. So there's
Hmm.
no delay in it. I want to share that experience with everybody.
Okay, for sure, for sure. Now, as a streamer and everything in the next, like, what is something you're focused on in the next 5 years as your career, in the immediate future, your content career?
That's a good question. I mean, obviously, I wanna grow the YouTube a little bit. I'd love to win a belt. I mean, that's always the goal. Even though my content is my main focus, you know, I think that would be a big thing for me. Like, I think that would be awesome. But there's other things I want to do. Like, I want to improve my website. You know what I mean? I want to put a lot of effort into that. I also want to see my friends grow. Honestly, like watching somebody like Noah play, I root harder for Noah than I do for myself. I love seeing my friends succeed. I
Hmm.
think having a good group of guys that share common goals with you is a huge thing. And I think if you try to do content creation by yourself, you're gonna fall flat pretty quickly.
Yeah, I feel like it helps to just have that motivation,
Hmm.
and that's a question I've written down. Like, what essentially motivates you to keep grinding Madden and doing CFMs all year round? Even on a Madden last year, you didn't like that much. Like, what motivates
Right.
you?
Yeah, I mean, last year, like, dude, I said I hated it, and I really meant it. I mean, I took a month break. I streamed all the way up until, I mean, damn near early mid-June, and I just took a month off. I didn't upload. I didn't stream. I tried so hard, and the passion just wasn't there for me at the end of the year. So it's hard, and I think part of that is having a good balance. I think over the past few years, I kind of took for granted like my health, like just eating healthy, being on a good sleep schedule, working out, hanging out with friends, having interests outside of Madden. I think having a good balance is something that is really tough to do while also trying to be successful and like trying to really grind what you're doing. But I think it's super important. If you forget about it, it'll hurt you from doing what you actually want to do.
Yeah, for sure. Because I have like before we got on today, I took a nap. Right, I went to sleep at 3 o'clock till 6 o'clock, and I feel like damn, I could have done something productive in those 3 hours. So
Right.
I always have a fear of missing out on productivity when you're self-employed. So the balance is a super tough thing. Now I talk about the next 5 years. Now you're getting there. I mean, I'm 36, so you're not up there yet. But what do you think for like the next 25 years or the next career? Because I don't have degrees to fall back on or anything. What about you? Like, what is your thoughts of this being a full career for an adult man?
I don't know. I have thought about that. I think the one really nice thing about being a content creator in Madden is that Madden is like easy. Like we have it easier than any other game because Madden will probably almost always be here. You know what I mean? Especially with NCAA coming back, I think that's going to inject a lot of life into it. So there's some sense of security in what we do as opposed to other gamers and content creators. But like I said, for me, it's a passion thing. When the passion runs out, that's when I'll be ready to move on. But until I find something I'm more passionate about, this is probably what I'm gonna do for as long as I possibly can.
For sure, definitely. Now, is there anything you want to like? As we talked about Madden, how you can get better. Is there anything in streaming and YouTube that like, damn, I need to focus on this and get better and make a better content, on the content side of things.
Yeah, I think for me specifically, it's like consistency and energy. Like I always struggle with being consistent. I always struggle with, and the two of them are pretty similar. Like having enough energy to always give something everything you have every single day. Like that's always been my struggle with not just content creation, but anything I've ever done in my life is consistently putting in effort. And everybody has their struggles, and that's really mine. So that's something I want to work on. I think I know a lot. I've put a lot of research into YouTube and streaming and things like that. And just for me, it's really just about execution and always being the best that I think that I can be.
Now, I mean, we talked about it a lot, but what's the best thing about streaming? If you had to pinpoint one thing, this is the best thing.
Yeah, the community. Yeah. I was telling people in my chat yesterday, there's literally like when you're playing a big game or something like that, like I played a crazy game in qualifiers. I won in the last play of the game and dude, I started yelling and the whole chat was moving so fast I couldn't even read a single message. I was like, that's like a top 5 feeling in life when the chat is just moving so fast you can't even read it because they're all just rooting for you and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, that's awesome.
Now, what's the worst thing about streaming?
The worst thing about streaming? That's tough because like there's nothing that awful about it. Like there's some minor annoying things. It's hard to look at what we do and be like, oh, this sucks. You know what I mean? I guess if the game is terrible and you don't really enjoy it, like that can be bad. The troll. I don't really. I have pretty thick skin. Nowadays I feel like I don't feel like I really get a lot of trolling. And if I do, like it doesn't really affect me that much. But yeah, sometimes it can be a pretty isolating job. Sometimes it feels like you're the only one in the world, especially when you have problems or you're not sure what you want to do. Like there's really no roadmap for content creation. And then you mentioned earlier as well when you're self-employed, if you're not doing something, you always feel like somebody else is, and they're catching up and they're going to overtake you, and you're going to just fall off into irrelevancy. So that's also a little mental battle there as well.
Yeah, but like you said, it's good. It's the best job. It's the easiest
Yeah,
job.
yeah,
And I hate when people say it's stressful or it's a tough job because it's not. It's ridiculously easy, and it's a ridiculous blessing for the most part. Now,
right.
let's talk about this whole game before the release came out. How long have you been a part of this EA Creator Network situation?
Well, I think that's been almost 3 years now. Well, this will be the third year. I think last year was the only year I got the game early, though, I want to say. And then this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you deserve it for sure. It's not a question. How do you feel about it in general? Like, obviously, if you were on the other end, how would you feel? And as one of the people that have the game, how do you feel about the whole situation? And should it be allowed as far as you competing, 5 days later?
Yeah, I mean, I think from like a personal viewpoint, like even back then when I didn't get the game early and I knew other people did, whether it's through, competitive lanes or content lanes or things like that, like I was always jealous. But like I would literally drive around town, like to every single gaming store and try to find copies of the game early. Like I was just obsessed with trying to get it early. From a competitive standpoint, yeah, I think obviously it can be an advantage. I think the thing is though is like they just need to push the first tournament back. Like I feel like that would solve every issue, because at the end of the day, like competitive Madden really isn't nothing if we aren't doing our part as a community to grow it ourselves. EA can do, there's certainly a lot of things that EA can do, and there's things that they don't do, and there are things that they do, but as a community, I feel like a lot of that responsibility falls on us. So I think it is important to give to give content, or not necessarily give, competitive players the game early, but like give competitive players incentive to want to make content. So whether it's like, giving them cards to stream their elimination games or things like that, I think can really help grow the esport.
Now, do you think I talked about this with Problem and everybody pretty much? Do you think streaming should be mandatory of this tournament coming up here this weekend?
Yeah, 100%. I think streaming should be mandatory. It's 2023. I feel like a couple years ago you could have made the argument like, oh, well, your Wi-Fi sucks, or like you don't have the ability to do so. But you can literally do it on your console. Everybody should have. If your internet isn't good enough to stream, like I don't even think it's that high of a requirement. Like your connection probably isn't good enough to be hosting a game anyway and making somebody else lag on your shit host.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I always said they need to have a little red zone channel and everything like that. And they
Right.
highlight all the players that are playing and keep people. Because at the end of the day, they want people to join the tournaments because they get off, and obviously because they're given red zone packs. So
Yeah.
so they want people to join, and I think the more attention they put on it, the more they'll get everybody to join these tournaments for the most part. So how did you do in these ladders of tournament?
I did pretty good. No, I felt like I played some of my best Madden ever. I feel like I had a really tough schedule, and then with about 3 hours left on Sunday, I was in seventh place, I think, seventh or eighth place. I was plus 11, which ended up being the cutoff, plus 11. But I was like, do I play again? Do I just sit here? I ultimately decided to play. I was like, I'm just gonna put the nuts on the table. Like, I don't really care. Like, what do I have to lose here? And I wouldn't have made it anyway because of the number of games played. So I ended up playing, which was the right decision. I matched up with Wes. We played a crazy game. I lost in the last, like, a second last play of the game. And then I kind of tilted off 2 games after that versus John Beast and then Abram. And that was one thing, like I mentioned earlier, like with the mental battles, like, dude, it's so easy to tilt some games in ladders, especially when you just have to play back to back, no breaks. You just want to get back to where you were, like. So easy to just go into a game and just throw 2 picks on your first 2 drives. But outside of that, I feel like I played really well, and I had a lot of fun. Usually ladders for me are like super stressful, and like I'm sweating shirt off and stuff like that. But this time, like, I actually had a lot of fun playing good competition, because with the way like head to head is now in MUT Champs, like there is no competition in this game. Like it was a breath of fresh air, honestly, to play people with thumbs.
What happened to MUT Champs? I swear to God. Dude, I swear Madden matchmaking used to be goated. I don't know what has happened. It used
terrible.
to be really good. It went to shit the last 2 years. It went to shit. What happened?
This is the worst I've ever seen it. I don't think there's no skill-based matchmaking in all Madden head-to-head. And then I think they just completely took it out for MUT Champs this year too, because even last year, like I played MUT Champs maybe like 5 times last year, but every time I did, like it was not easy to win 25 games. Like
you
it
start
was
getting
tough.
sweats after the 5.
Yeah.
You started getting this. Okay,
Yeah.
these guys weren't on all Madden, and then boom, you're playing them on MUT Champs. So I was like, and I didn't play MUT Champs to the end, so I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to do Madden 24 to get some better games. And MUT Champs was an embarrassment. And then I was 11-0 and got disconnected. 11-0 in about 40 minutes, by the way. It was just a thrilling. I was setting audibles and then getting out of the game. That was pretty much it. So it was tough. So I think Madden, the only time you play anybody good is when you get to playoffs. I don't know. That's the only hope now. You don't play anybody. I don't know what they've done. So obviously they've won. I don't know. I guess I don't know why they would get rid of it, because now we're kicking the shit out of Tim and John, and they're not having fun. So like,
Right.
I don't know what they got going on. So we'll see. What do you think? They obviously a leaderboard or something like that. Do you think is there anything else you think they could do to improve our online experience of just playing? Because that's what made me great, was the ladders back in 16, 17, 18.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, and you're playing people all the time, right? You're playing good people all the time and for free. Because I'm not the biggest gambler, because first of all, I never really had crazy money to gamble to begin with, and then I was always afraid to lose it. So I've never been one of these kids that risking all their money on a Madden game, no matter how good I was. So the free games that meant something meant the world to me, and now we don't have that anymore. So I mean, what could they improve?
Yeah, no, 100%. I've definitely been one of those kids that's been gambling all the money on Madden games over the last few years. I've played some of the biggest money games. So it's hard to go from that to like playing a head-to-head like this.
Yeah.
Obviously it sucks that we don't have weekend league anymore. I go to bed every night wishing we had weekend league. Something as simple as that really brings I think a lot of life to, especially Twitch. Like, for YouTube and stuff like that, like it doesn't really have much of an effect. But for us on Twitch, like that was such a big thing. Like people love that. Like, 1,500 people watching or whatever, play weekend league on a Sunday. You're 22-0, 99% of the chat's rooting for you to lose. Your 1% of diehards are, dialed in with you, hoping that you win. And I just think it added so much to the game, especially, our Twitch community. But I like what they did with the million coins. I think that's awesome. That was a huge W for them. It's just, yeah, I mean,
And then everybody got it, and it was like, damn,
yeah,
this shit's kind of ass.
let's play some people with fingers next week. That'd be cool if they fixed that. Yeah, no, but I think I've always been a big proponent of incentivizing people to play the game. You know what I mean? I think if the game and that's one of the reasons why I hated last year so much. It wasn't necessarily like the gameplay. It was just I didn't feel like there was a reason to play, and I felt like for the entire offseason when I was streaming, February and past then was like I was just playing Players Lounge tournaments. I was playing the Slim Ghost Gulag. Like it was on us as a community to incentivize people to play and make it interesting. When I feel like that should be EA's job. Like they should be like what's even the point of getting the best possible team now unless you're playing MCS? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, so in other words, get rid of re-rolls and get people in the games. I think that's the first step to saving Madden.
Right.
Get rid of re-rolls. No more mystery packs. No more training re-rolls for you degenerates. And you guys got to actually play the game. Now,
Yeah,
are you a mutt sweat? Did you do your solo battles and stuff?
No.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't play solos. I don't do solo. I can't do it. Like I said, I've always struggled with like energy. Like energy is always a tough thing for me, at least consistently. So I feel like I have to preserve as much as I can, and doing solo battles would I fear drain me for the whole year if I played one of them. So I'm gonna stay away from it.
Now, oh, shit. Sorry. Are you a practice mode guy?
No.
No.
Which is like, I know the whole thing, like a lot of the debate for a lot of people about me getting the game early was like, oh, it's competitive advantage, which I get objectively, but for me, I felt like it just wasn't the case, because I'm not a practice mode guy. The only time I'll go into practice mode is to try out playbooks and see what offense I want to run, but no, I won't go into practice mode and try out a blitz or something like that. That just bores me to death. I feel like I learn best from watching people play. Playing myself, going back and watching when I'm like editing my own YouTube videos. But yeah, just being in Discord and, everybody's got their cameras up or they're sharing their screens and they're playing their own games, especially at the start of the year. That's when I learned the best, just watching, because it's hard to like kind of take a step back and while you're playing the game and look at your own gameplay as opposed to when you're just got your feet kicked up, you're eating some food and you're watching your buddy play. You can see a lot more then.
Yeah, for sure. Now, what player do you think has helped you the most or influenced your game the most in your career?
That's definitely a good question. I mean, obviously, I like the way Noah plays. The kid barely plays the game, and he just gets on, and he has the worst offense you've ever seen in your entire life. And you ask him what he did on defense on one play, and he'll sit there and he'll be like, I don't know, I just put a purple over there, and his purple, he'll have a purple that'll like match like a 30-yard post, and his zones just play different. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, how the fuck does this kid even play Madden? It doesn't even make sense. He just goes out there and he just wins, and I think that's man, that's awesome. Like it's like a gift to be that good at something, and it just goes to show you that like, you don't have to pass as good as Wesley or Henry. You don't have to play defense, like Mills sending 6 and making 100 different adjustments. Like you can really play however you want, and you can still have success.
There it is. Tough. Now, let me say, would you say Kiv is your biggest rival now going into Madden 24? Are you guys like rivals now? How does that work?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, like I just felt like what he did was kind of like personal. I felt like he could have got his point across without kind of airing me out. But it's not like I hate Kiv. It's not like I go to bed, I'm like, oh god, I hope Kiv loses every game. I hope Kiv, fails miserably. It's just like, I like to talk shit. I like to troll. That's just kind of like what I do. And yeah, I don't know. Again, it kind of adds to the passion that I was talking about earlier. Like, the games about if I was friendly with everybody, like if I was playing my buddy every game, I wouldn't like, I'd kind of go easy on him almost. I like having a little chip on my shoulder and having like a little beef with some people. It gets me fired up and it gets me invested in the game, and I think it does for the viewers too. I kind of missed that, like in the, just a few years ago, like crews used to hate each other and there used to be like rivalries and stuff, and it's not really like that anymore.
No, everybody's happy. Everybody's the Madden, the community, So
Yeah.
So but
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a good thing. So I hope you guys play at some point. As some
Yeah.
just from me want to watch. That'd be good.
Right.
So, but all right. Do you have this chat up? You have a pretty similar chat to mine, but mine's pretty nasty, and I'm gonna have him ask you rapid fire questions now. Are you prepared for this segment?
I'm ready. Yeah.
All right. Listen, the first question is gonna be tits or ass right out the gate. No matter, it just depends on who asks it. It's probably already gonna be put out there before I even finish talking. But I want you to watch these guys and just answer their questions. It's all on you now. You got it.
Okay. You want me to like read the question?
Yeah,
out loud
I'm
too
not
and then
saying
answer it?
shit for like the next
Okay.
5 minutes. I'm chilling. I might go to P mode
All right.
right now. Solo battles.
Kmac, can we see it? What is it? I don't understand that. Tits or ass? Ass. Come on, man. All day long. There's actually a scientific study. W, which one do you prefer?
Well, if you ever meet my wife, you'll know I am ass. 100%.
There's a scientific study done that the people who prefer ass over tits are smarter than people who prefer tits over ass. Just, putting the data out there, man. Kmac, why ban me when I beat you?
That's
Damn,
tough.
Rio.
That's
That's
tough.
a tough question, man. You just put me on the hot seat. I honestly don't even remember our game, dude. So, yeah, couldn't answer that one. Thong sandals or slip on? You know what I need? I need some of those Dubby Crocs, man. I heard
Dude,
those
you don't
are
have
crazy.
Crocs. You don't have a pair of Crocs.
I've never had
Holy
Crocs.
shit, you're missing out. There's two type of people in the world: people that love Crocs and people that never have them and they're haters. So make a decision, get it done.
I'm gonna get a pair. Do you have you don't have like the fur line ones? You just got or you do?
Because you got to be able to bust through some water every once in a while. You can't just have them.
Okay.
Yeah. The beauty of the Crocs is that they're indestructible. If you get
They're
fur
like
line
all-terrain?
ones, yeah, you can't go out in the snow. You can't
Okay.
go in the rain. You got to be inside. They're like slippers for the. Now you could have an inside furs for the inside. That would be a boss move, and then have your outside kind. That would be cool. But then you need two pairs. I'm a one pair man.
Right. Is it true redheads are the best gamers? I don't know. I mean, I think I'm by far and away the best redhead gamer. Shout out to Maze and Throne. But what was this question? Margot Robbie or Ruby Rose? I'm going Ruby Rose. Is that a surprising answer? Why does Dubby say water? Is that like a Philadelphia thing? Are you from you grew up in Philadelphia, right?
Yeah, that's a Philly.
It's like a Philly thing.
Yeah, these guys are idiots.
This guy really wants to know if I've been in a 69 before. Well, I'm 27, dude. So yes. Army or Navy? I'm going Coast Guard, man. I'm going Coast Guard. My dad was in the Coast Guard for 40 years. Why'd you make that face, bro? I got the stream pulled up.
I know it was a little, like Coast Guard. I mean, God bless, but like it's probably the lower.
All right,
now, I don't know
hang on,
anything
man.
about. I don't know anything
put a little
about
respect
armed
on the Coast
service.
Guard.
Yeah, it's respectable, but like if you go Army or Marines or Coast Guard, you're like, it's cool. It's like it's down there. It's like
You get to do cool
like,
shit though,
yeah,
like especially if you're into like boats and shit. Like
yeah, it's like it's like the All Pro. It's like it's like maybe like the All Pro head to head of Madden. The Coast Guard. It's cool.
no, Coast Guard's awesome. And my dad, like I said, he was in there for 40 years. So we lived in Alaska for a little while. He got to oversee all of Alaska, and I think what do they call that, the Bering Strait or something like that, where all the ships and people capsize every day. So they do rescue missions literally every night. In the dozens. So that's pretty cool. Was I top or bottom the 69? All right, dude. Is there any reason you keep asking about that? Kmac, would you do OnlyFans? If yeah, sure. If in 10 years I don't win a belt, I'll start OnlyFans. All right, what else we got here? Being at the top of a 69 is crazy. Does the carpet match the drapes? No, I do not have ginger pubes. Do I drink alcohol socially? I'm not Maze. I don't drink it every night. I think my body would decompose after like a week.
Yeah.
I feel like I've gotten to the age where like if I drink, I feel it for like days. So I don't know how he does it. Kmac, who's your best mod? Okay, I feel like you're insinuating something here, like you want me to answer a certain way. Who would win in a head-to-head? You or Toke? That's a great question. What do you think about
tough.
that, W?
That's tough.
Who would you take there?
Toke actually beat me at EA Play one year. It was like a
Oof.
1 minute quarter, and EA Play, you got to play the game, right? Like, okay, the
Right,
new
yeah.
game is coming out. So I'm a fucking nerd. I'm like, okay, let's see if this route works. Pick six, and then Toke ran out the clock, and it was bad. It was a bad moment, but a bad moment for the career. It happened, but yeah, Toke is definitely a good timer, not a sweat.
Well, I'll tell you, for the early access thing, I played 11 games. I went 1-10. I lost to Mole twice. Never beat Clef. Never beat Pavin. So I was in shambles.
Oh, I heard
I went
that
1 and
Clef
10.
said you uploaded the one time you beat him, and you were getting your ass kicked prior to that.
No, no, I lost that game.
Oh, you lost it?
Nah,
Oh,
what?
you,
I
yeah, that's
never
what I
beat
heard.
Clef.
Yeah, oh, you never? Oh,
No.
well, that must have been Clef was blowing you out, and you posted one game that was close. How you lose the Mole? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Bro, Mole beat me twice. Because I was sitting there asking him questions about the game and about his kid, and he was running 27 different runs. And every RPO in the book. Like, what am I supposed to do?
But did he have crazy freeform passing?
No, he didn't throw the ball. He just ran every play.
Oh my god. So
Well, I was talking about that because me and Wesley went to Chick-fil-A the other day, and we're like, dude, how did they not notice how crazy the no huddling is? How did they not notice that slants just stop running their routes? And I was like, dude, I'll tell you right now, Mole has never no huddled in his life. He's never ran the same formation twice in a row.
so he's a boomer.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
definitely.
Jesus. I mean, how did they not know that you could just put a fucking contain next to the DN and he loops back in again for what, 3 years in a row? How did they not realize that one? That's
Bro.
a great addition.
They could have a pro player play the game for 2 days and figure out all the problems with it very quickly.
So Mold doesn't pass. That's tough to see.
Mole's a sweat though. He's like undefeated on the regs leaderboard, man. He be taking it seriously too. I'm not gonna lie, W. Like I know you think less of me because I lost a Mole, but like I think if you play a Mole the first
I
couple
would
days,
beat the
he'd
shit
pop
out
you
of
too.
Mole. I'd beat the shit out of Mole. You can't lose to any EA person ever. You got to understand. That's a sit-up game. That's a sit-up game. Like, you have to. Like, in my career, if I ever played Siwoo, that's a sit-up game, right? I cannot lose this game. It's impossible to lose this game. That's a sit-up game, So that's you got to dial it in. In fact, I wouldn't even told nobody that. I wouldn't even. I would have took that to my grave.
See, for me, it's not that bad. Like I almost be like just, I almost want to like take it easy. You know what I mean? I want to be on the good side. Like I want to keep getting the game early.
This is true. You might delay down once in a while. Like, damn, I need some help. They send me the game.
Right?
There it is.
No, but okay, one. Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna read that. Never mind. I'm glad I didn't. Favorite mud card of all time? My gamer tag a couple years ago, I think Madden 21 was like Reed and Ross. They had like the combine John Ross, and then they had like the team something Justin Reed. Those are my two favorite cards of all time. But I liked Filele last year. Filele, the little card that Henry
Jesus
made.
Christ.
That card was cracked. Doing all the jurdles and stuff with it. What's your go-to dot? 4 verticals, man. Just 4 verticals, doubles or spread. Just snap it. Hit a seam, man. All reliable. Am I still in Maryland? No, I've never been in Maryland. I used to live in Northern Virginia. Favorite movie? My favorite movie of all time is Dark Knight, but like that's a lot of people's favorite movie. So super underrated movie for you guys right here, Sicario. You ever seen Sicario, W?
Yes. Good.
Great
W.
movie.
W's. W.
Great movie. Would you go bald? I mean, probably not. I don't think any woman would ever talk to me ever again if I went bald. My ears, like, it's kind of, they used to stick out as a kid, like, really bad. Now, not so much, but I feel like if I was bald, it'd be super noticeable.
That's tough.
See, W's good. W's bald, but he's already locked up. He's already got a wife, so he doesn't have to worry too much about it.
No, listen. When you go bald, I'm telling you, they're the most powerful people in the world. You'll see.
It's definitely takes a lot of confidence to pull it off.
I'm trying to tell you. I mean, you don't really have any, like, you feel like you look pretty solid. Can't lie. You're not even close. So, you'll probably be good. And you're already 30 now. So when I was 27 or 29, I had, nothing like yours, but my comb over was popping for an hour. When I was 30, I had an hour of comb over, so you're good.
Well, Well, nowadays, now that I can actually grow a beard, it can get pretty crazy. I just shaved a couple days ago, but like whenever I actually fully shave, I haven't done that in years. I feel like I have like got like the smallest chin in the world, so I can't even imagine what shaving my head would look like. I don't think I'd ever hear the end of it from my chat. I got a big head. I got a big head and big ears. It wouldn't fit me. What's it like to be pushing 30? Man, I'm like I mentioned earlier, if I drink at all, I'm like out of commission for like 3 or 4 days. Kmac, Mad Handsome. That's not a question, but thank you, country. I appreciate that. Kid versus Kmac, loser has to go bald.
That's tough.
That would be crazy.
That's tough.
That sounds like a type of a wager I'd be down for. I'm not gonna lie.
That's content. That's content right there. You know,
I would possibly consider that. I can't lie.
That is
Top
content.
3 Madden pros of all time. Okay, well I thought about just including W in there, for some brownie points. But I'm gonna go Henry, obviously. I'm gonna go Noah, and then third one's tough, man. I guess I would go probably. I'm gonna go W, man. W in the top 3.
The top 3 is easy. Well,
No, I'll go Skimbo. I'd go Skimbo.
Yeah. I mean, Kmac's young. He don't know the problem was the GOAT. These young kids, they just got old problem. Like MCS problem, and then they don't got the And then he put Noah in there because that's his man. It's like me putting Bugs in there. No, that's disrespectful to Noah. That's
that is not at all the same.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
With all due respect to Bugs,
right.
that is not. That is not close to the same thing.
That was crazy. Yeah, Noah's definitely respectable, but yeah. So good list.
No, I love Problem.
Yeah.
Problem is one of my he's really like the main inspiration as far as content creation and streaming goes. I watched him forever. Like there's nobody streaming I've been in more than Problems over the last 10 years probably. So no, I love Problem. Henry, stop it. Wait, what do you mean Henry, stop it? How would Henry not be in the top 3? Who is the guy you used to stream snipe in head-to-head? Oh, Rose Bowl. Yeah, that was another dude I used to watch back in Madden 16. I used to stream snipe Rose Bowl all the time because I hated playing bots. Like, I hated playing
So you would sit there and you would literally lurk him on purpose?
Yeah, I would just lurk him because, like, I didn't really think about how he felt about it, but I would just lurk him because they were always just hell games and they were just fun as fuck. And I started winning every single time, and he started getting pissed, and he blocked me. He blocked me on Xbox. Back then, you could block people, and you wouldn't match up with them anymore. And then as I started streaming, I started realizing that it's like kind of annoying that when people stream snipe you, it gets pretty frustrating.
Now Rose Bowl, that's how I started on Twitch, but I didn't lurk him. It was literally like, yo, can we play for whatever? He let me play him. And I remember beat the shit out of him like 3 times in a row, and everybody was like, "Oh, who the fuck is this guy?" Blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
blah.
right.
That's kind of how I started. So, and just kind of how you started, right? Like, all right, this is the best. Like, he was the best player on Twitch. He was like the best sweat, honestly. He really was.
No, he was really good.
And
yeah,
he
was like the head-to-head sweat.
Yeah, he was throwing the ball around, and then that's how I feel. So that's why I can't get mad at people lurking or people wanting to play, because that's how I started. And I feel like I can't forget that ever. Like, I started like trying to beat the streamer. So it's like, if anybody wants to play me, I mean, by all means, that door has to always remain open for these little sweat kids, these little nerds. The only people I hate is like if they like stall the game out or be an asshole in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when it's like, all right, you gotta go, essentially. But as far as the sweats and they're trying to beat you, the way head to head is, like you said, is like, please, at this point, I don't want to play another coin account.
Yeah, anybody with thumbs. But that dude last year used to lurk me all the time. You ever played Showtime?
Yeah, on CFM.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, he just eggs and all this shit, and oh, he's an amazing player. Dude, they gassed this kid up so much. Yeah, but we beat him. We beat the shit out of him. But he
that's
used
the thing
to lurk
about
you.
Yeah. That's the thing about all these little kids nowadays, though, is they all suck on defense. They're all just like crazy cracked in offense. It's pretty rare to see a little kid that kind of comes up out of nowhere and is just really good on defense. And that's one thing I've always kind of noticed. I'm like, anytime I do see that person ends up being really successful. So like, I think Dez, little kid popped up kind of out of nowhere, really good on defense. And then looking at him last year, went crazy, won like $300,000 playing the game. So it's like, offense is flashy, but I'm a big believer that defense wins championships, man.
Now I ask you, now in my career, I've known players that go from being decent and then getting super fucking cracked. Have you noticed that from like the 5, 6, 7 years you've been playing? Like, all right, this dude used to be good, but not that good. I used to beat the shit out of him, but now they're like super cracked and they're like one of the top players in the world. Have you noticed that in anybody's career the last 5 or 6 years?
Maybe not anybody like older. Des the year in Madden 22, we played money games all throughout the summer, and I just kind of kicked his teeth in. And then obviously the next year, like he returned the favor, beat me in the live event, and so he kind of came up out of nowhere. But I feel like it's a little bit more rare for like somebody a little bit older to kind of be just kind of okay or pretty good at the game, and then really become good out of nowhere. Like unless like the meta maybe really suits them. But yeah, I feel like it's a little bit less frequent in that case.
Yeah, it's always the kids. I think they're. I
Yeah.
think all of them been like that. Like I swear, all these kids are like, damn, I remember when they were ass, or they were like super beatable essentially, and now like all these kids are super fucking cracked for the most part.
Well, yeah, people always ask me the question last year, and they're like, "Well, how do you become a pro Madden player?" And I've always said that I feel like, competitive Madden to be good at it, it's like a responsibility thing. It's like, do you have a lot of responsibility in your life? Do you have a kid? Do you have a girlfriend? Do you create content? If you don't have any responsibility other than like going to school, going to high school, going to college, like it's super easy to like lock in and commit the time. Whereas like we don't. I feel like in Madden, it's a little bit less about reflexes and things like that compared to something like Fortnite, for example, or Counter Strike. I don't think it's impossible for like an older person that's in their 30s, 40s, even 50s to compete at the highest level, win belts. It's just a responsibility and time commitment thing. You know what I mean?
So what if you're 36, married with the mortgage and baby?
I think if you win the belt, they should give you double. I
Mm,
think you should get double the reward.
there you go. Do you know who the oldest belt winner of all time is?
Is it? It's probably you.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. Yep. It may never be broken. That record, as a 29-year-old, may never be broken.
Right. All right. More questions or what?
So you got questions? What else you got? They kind of slowed down.
If you had to choose one Madden game to play the rest of your life, oh my God, do I have to do that? I wouldn't want to do that. I would quit Madden.
Hmm.
I want to play a new game every year. That's what keeps the game fresh. Justin Fields or Lamar Jackson? I'm a Fields guy, man. I want to see Fields go crazy this year and win MVP. Kmac versus W, who wins? Now I'm gonna be honest here. This is W usually beats me. I'm gonna be honest. W usually beats me. He plays. I feel like W is one of the few guys who actually makes adjustments on defense. Most of the 99.9% of defensive players in competitive Madden are completely fucking brain dead, and they're just praying to God they get lucky. But I feel like W actually adjusts on the fly.
Yeah, there
So
it is. And
I
do
respect
you
that.
feel bad when you lose to an old person? Does it's like, damn, fuck? Do you ever think about that?
No, I don't ever think about age.
Hmm.
Maybe I think about like, oh, they're like, damn, Kmac sucks. Like W's way better streamer. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
No, but I like the competition. I haven't played another streamer in a long time.
We're too busy playing people that quit in the first quarter of my champs.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, those are the people that always give me trouble. The people who are able to adapt on the fly. And like I said, I don't think there's a lot of people like that. Henry, um, Noah's like that. W's like that. There's not a lot of defensive players that can adapt very quickly to what they're seeing in the middle of a game. It's not even like you beat them one game and the next game they know what they're doing.
Well, you gotta be
It's like
able to
on the fly.
abandon. You gotta be able to abandon your plan,
Yeah.
or you gotta be able to abandon what the hell was working for the last month, essentially that fast. And you gotta realize like, shit, shit ain't working. We gotta do something different, really.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know. I mean, the biggest thing when I played Kmac ever is that he's one of the only people you gotta put a spy on, especially in like you said last gen or the old gen, where you step up so no matter what blitz you ran, like he would always step up. So then you realize, all right, let's stop blitzing and just put a spy there. That way he can't step up, and then once that happens, they get a little uncomfortable for the most part, So that then,
Right.
yeah, you got to go ahead and just fucking abandon ship, And some people have so much like bravado that they're like, oh, my shit works no matter what, right? Like my shit works no matter what. But sometimes you gotta say, yep, this ain't working, and go to something else, Like I said, Skimbo is a guy that he's gonna run his shit he believes in his system. Even if
Right.
it's
Yeah.
not
No.
working, he's
Definitely.
gonna run that shit into the dirt. Me,
Yeah.
dude, I'll be out.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, this ain't working. Let's try some other shit in the playbook
No,
here.
I'm ready to bail after one
Yeah.
drive.
It's like,
And
all
I've
right,
always said that. I run at least three defensive formations a game, and I'm a big believer that if somebody can beat one defense, they can't beat all three. I got three different defenses. If they can beat all three, they're just the best player in the world. And congratulations, you're just a better Madden player than me. But I don't think I've ran into anybody that can really do that consistently. So I like to be flexible on defense, and I feel like I'm one of the few people who is willing to do that.
yeah. Jeez. What are you rocking now? Are you trips tight ending?
Yeah, I'm no huddling. I'm no huddling everybody
Oh,
just nonstop. My team never goes to the huddle. I'm not letting you drag your if you want to drag your guy in so you can loop, you're going to be stuck on your D tackle the entire drive.
mm,
So that's
yeah,
that's how that's how I'm countering it right now.
yeah. But there you go. I mean, now, do you feel like they're phasing out the older generation with this no huddle system? Do you think that's what they're trying to do? I think it was
I don't
personally put in the game to phase me out of being respectable on the D. I think they're like, how do we get old ass W out of here? They said, let's put a rapid fire no huddle in the game.
I can't imagine it's intentional.
Mm.
I feel like it's a bug. I don't know. We'll see if they leave it in though. I'm actually curious because I honestly couldn't guess one way or the other. No, but I'm old too, and I like to make a lot of adjustments on defense, so it's kind of hard. But I've found success with just kind of dumbing it down when my opponent no huddles. So
Cover
that's
four.
kind of
Cover
yeah.
four.
Cover four is pretty good right now. It's not bad. Yeah.
It's just just as long as you're on the middle line, as long as you're on somebody that can run around, I feel like
Right. Yeah.
But Warren Sapp does get busy when you get clicked on him. He does get busy.
Oh yeah. Now, I will say though, once all these throwing abilities like Fearless and Pass Lead Elite and Gunslinger and all that shit come out, like, and the no huddle is still in the game, yeah, I mean, I don't even know at that point. Like, you got to just pray your opponent fucks up. I played my first CFM game of the year last night with 99 speed and every ability everywhere. I felt like I was
Holy
playing.
shit.
I felt like I was playing like Madden 19 and Madden 20, like the old gen games where dudes are flying around the field. Like, it was actually insane. I thought I downloaded the wrong version of the game.
Now, are you a ability guy? Are you pro abilities or are you anti abilities?
I'm pro abilities. I wish they would update them more frequently. I wish more than half of them worked. I wish they did more common AP updates. I think abilities are fun for the game. I think they keep people invested and interested in the game. I think it's too far to turn back now. So whether you like them or not, they're probably here to stay.
Yeah, although it's kind of fun playing now, really. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
and you know what? The game is fucking random right now, right? Like,
Yeah.
one, this is the hardest it's been for me to tell if someone caught the ball or didn't catch the ball. They hold on to a lot of shit, honestly. But
They do.
it's definitely a lot of RNG now where you're pissed they dropped the ball, you're pissed they caught it, and you really don't know if they're going to catch it. You got to, like last
Right.
year, you knew, all right, deep knockout, I don't even got to click on, he's dropping this pass 100% of the time. I just feel like it's a lot more emotion into, like, you're pissed or you're mad or you're happy, I caught it, I dropped, you know what I mean? It's a lot more RNG, right? It's a lot more
Oh,
random.
this game is so random.
But
Yeah.
it makes it for a better watch. Like, it's more exciting.
Yeah,
As far as I'm
I
concerned,
agree.
like, it's a better game. Now, it might not be a better game for, a super competitive game, like, but Madden's always been RNG, and that's what kind of makes it a little bit more fun to watch, and I guess a little more fun to play. Where it's like, damn, man, I gotta break that play, and even now the quarterbacks suck right now. They're fucking it's embarrassing to play with the quarterbacks, but it's a crazy RNG. Like, who's gonna get fucked? Like, I really think if we don't get a quarterback, which they'll probably put a quarterback out on Saturday. They're not idiots. So they'll sneak a quarterback at
They
some
will.
point.
Yeah.
If we don't, this would be the most RNG quarterback shit we've ever had in a tournament. And I honestly think it come to the point, like, who quarterback fucks them the least in this tournament is going to make a run, honestly, because the quarterbacks are atrocious. They're really bad. It's the worst they've been for a tournament ever. For people to be out here with Bryce Young and Stroud and the boys and Pickett. Look at these quarterbacks we have. Dude, like, this is terrible. And they're shit. And, but it's kind of exciting to watch, And I'll be honest, when I'm dotted and the quarterback miss, I'll be feeling so happy. Like, yes, get
No, I always be like, that was pretty, like, they'll throw that deep post and tight slots. Happened a few times this weekend, and they'll, like, overthrow it by, like, 5 yards. And, like, they definitely had it. Like, it was a fucking dot. But, like, I made the right adjustment. My guy just got beat. I'll be like, that was good defense. Like, let's go, man. Like, I can live with that. That's what I'd be
Yeah.
telling myself. When in reality, like I just got dotted, but I can't let
Yeah.
chat know that.
And it's like,
I'd be like, yeah, I'm
yes.
okay with that.
It's like, yes. And when they fuck the other person, it's great. It's a great thing, So, but, dude, I'm excited. Have you ever, now you're a little bit young, have you watched Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Do you know how that works?
Yeah, I know how it works. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Are you like I take you for a trivia buff, Mr. Coast Guard, Mr. Around the
Ooh.
Country.
It depends. It depends about what. Am I playing?
Yeah, you're playing
All
Millionaire.
right. Okay. What do I get if I win?
There's only been one person to get number one the whole time. I think it was Juicy. I really don't even remember anymore. But, what do I get if I win? God damn. These fucking kids.
Bro, we were talking about incentive earlier. We were talking about incentive.
Yeah, all they care about is incentive. Like, what are my rewards, rewards, rewards? Back in my day, there were no rewards. All we did was play. All we did was play Madden 24/7. Now, you know how these lifelines work?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, so I have so 50-50 eliminates half of the answers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then
Good
the
comms
the
there.
phone is I get to call
Some
somebody.
random, yeah, the website will give you the answer for the most part.
Okay,
You
and
trust
then what are the three people? Is that like a chat thing? Like I get to ask chat or something?
them. Yeah, it's like a random generated percentage from this website. Now you can use the chat here.
Oh, okay.
They are nasty. Now the chat they will fuck you. So don't trust them all the way.
Yeah, right.
So it's tough, but they will get you.
Okay,
All right.
yeah, I won't cheat. I'll close the chat.
No, you
I'll
can
close
no,
the
you
chat.
can use the
Oh, I
chat.
can use.
Everybody, you can
Okay.
use the chat. Like if you're
Okay.
stuck, because you at some point they're gonna have some dumbass question.
Right.
But
Yeah.
but the chat is cheaters because you'll see they'll get like it's a 60-second limit once we start going. All right,
Oh shit.
and
Okay.
you'll see like the answers don't start going crazy in the chat until like 40 seconds. They get their little Google off, So but you'll see how crazy they go. But the chat will steer you wrong. But you can use them if you're lost. The chat
Okay.
is allowed,
Does
100%.
the timer reset if I use one of those three lifelines?
No.
No. Okay. So I
So
gotta
you're
like.
like, yeah, you
Okay.
got to decide lifeline and just know it's 60 seconds once we start here.
Okay. Cool. All right. So yeah, home court.
All right, home court. Okay, now I'm not gonna be able to see chat, so good luck with those guys. All right, let me make sure this is down. All right, home court. Are you ready to send it? It's 30 seconds. It's 60 seconds after we send this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready. All right. Don't fail me, chat.
All right, here we go. Which of the following characters is not associated with Rice Krispie cereal? Explode, pop, crackle,
Explode.
snap. Explode. Okay,
Yeah.
you're dialed right now.
Yeah. Snap, crackle, pop, man.
There you go. On Thanksgiving, which of these items is traditionally stuffed and then carved?
This is
Okay, all right. What is are you potato, turkey?
turkey. Yeah, turkey.
All right. You think it's sweet?
I'm assuming that these get pretty hard at some point.
Yeah. What type of food is bisque? Salad, soup,
Oh.
fruit, or bread? This
think-
guy you stuck?
I think bisque might be soup. Yeah, I think it's soup. Yeah, soup. I know it's not salad or fruit. I don't know. I considered bread for a slight second. Because I've heard of lobster bisque. I don't think I've ever had it, but I've heard of it.
In the medical procedure known as C-section, what does the C stand for?
Holy shit.
I know this. Center, cleft, crescent, cesarean.
I
know
want to
this.
say cleft. I want to say cleft.
I mean,
Crescent sounds like a phase of a moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't be center. Center section?
I mean, they cut the
Could be
center.
Caesar. It could be Caesar. Cesarean?
Cesarean. It could be.
I was born through a C-section too, man. I'm gonna go A. I'm gonna go A.
You're going A.
Yeah, I'm gonna go A.
Thought you were gonna smoke that one. It was feeling smokable. That was smokable. That was smokable.
That was a tough one.
What star baseball player was nicknamed Mr. October? Reggie Jackson,
Oh,
Yastrzemski,
Lord.
George Brett, Johnny Bench. You're not a baseball guy?
Not a big baseball. I want to say
Yeah.
it's Reggie Jackson just off the dome. Yeah. Am I right, chat? Everybody's typing A. Yeah, Reggie
Yeah,
Jackson.
Dude, come on, dude. That you gotta like.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
yeah.
That's the only dude I've ever heard of there. So I think I've heard of
Lord
Carl,
Jesus.
but that's
Lord Jesus, that's tough. That's tough. In 1997, the Lifetime Cable Network began broadcasting what professional sports leagues games?
Lifetime?
NASCAR, MLS, WNBA, WWF.
What is the WWF?
Wrestling? Holy shit, dude.
That's wrestling?
Yeah. That's the real wrestling. Then they changed it to an E.
I would say it has to be wrestling.
Honestly, I don't even know this.
Click the phone. Click the phone. What
we're
is the
calling
phone
somebody. All right, we're calling somebody. Here we go. Your friend says, "Dude, they all sound right to me. There's a slight chance it could be C, WNBA." Not a lot there.
There's no way they were broadcasting the WNBA.
Oh, you got 15 seconds. What's chat say?
Okay, go WNBA. WNBA.
We're sending it. We're sending WNBA.
I'm trusting my phone call.
Okay, they got it right. Okay,
let's go.
The phone call has never been wrong yet. The most U.S. presidents have been members of what political party? Federalists, Republicans, Whigs, or Democrats?
The parties flipped at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Federalists? No, it's definitely not Federalists. Give me 50-50. Hopefully it deletes.
Oh, you're taking a
either
big
Republican
risk
or
here.
Yeah, I'm taking a gamble here.
Oh, there you go.
I'm taking. Oh, come on now, let's go, Republicans. Let's go. Come on now. That's a great use of it.
I mean, it was shit. All right. What state was the original home of the Los Angeles Lakers basketball team? Wisconsin,
shit.
Washington, Minnesota, Florida. I know this. Ball fans know this. Snap pick. You're not a basketball guy either?
Dude, the only thing I watch is football.
Jesus.
All right, I'm gonna go Minnesota.
You're trusting the chat.
I'm trusting the chat.
All right. Minneapolis Lakers. Okay. Which of these places is nicknamed the Big Ditch? Mississippi River, the Panama Canal, the Olduvai Gorge?
La Brea Tar Pits? Oh, yeah. Lord have mercy. The Big Ditch. Chat seems pretty torn on this one. Let's go with that last lifeline.
All right, they like B. The lifeline likes B, Panama Canal.
Yeah, let's go Panama Canal. I'm trusting it. That's like an overwhelming favorite there. I've never heard of the La Brea Tar Pits.
Panama Canal. All right. Okay, we're out of lifelines. All you got is the chat. The last 5 questions.
That's all I need, man. That's all I need.
Yeah. How many colored circles are on a standard twister mat? You seem like a big twister guy.
I'm gonna guess. So a twister mat, is it square or rectangle, chat? That's how we can solve this. Is it square or rectangle? If it's square, it's got to be 36.
36 seems like a lot.
36 does seem like a lot. It might be 20. It could be 24.
I have no idea.
24. Go 24.
Well, it'd be 6 by 6, maybe. I don't know. 24. We're sending 24.
Yeah. Because I think it's rectangle.
Oh, you got it right. Oh my goodness.
No.
I would never pick if I didn't know, I would never pick the highest or the lowest. I'd pick one of them shits in the middle. Who sang lead on the title track in the 1978 movie Grease? John Travolta, Barry Gibb, Frankie Avalon, or Frankie Valli? Who sang the lead?
Grease, I think it's John Travolta, isn't it?
I mean, he was the actor. I don't know if he sang lead on the title track, like he sang the song. Yeah, all right. So he was I don't know if he sang
lead on the title track.
Yeah, I'm feeling a Frankie.
I think it is a trick. I'm gonna go with Frankie Avalon.
What's the chat say?
Oh, Frankie Valli or Avalon, chat? Which one? Which Frankie?
I don't know this shit at all.
I feel like this is a trick one. Go Valley. Frankie Valli.
They're going Valley? Chat's going Valley?
We're going Valley. Chat's going Valley. Chat, this is on you right here.
Okay.
I think it's a trick question.
They know ball.
Let's go, baby.
In Rio de Janeiro, the noted statue of Christ the Redeemer is located on what mountain? The Botafogo? The Sugarloaf?
Shit.
The
Sugarloaf? I think it's Botafogo, chat. I think it's Botafogo.
Botafogo Mountain?
Though. Boys said Tijuca.
That's what chat said?
Wait, people are saying. Wait, AC is typing B. She seems very confident about it.
Sugarloaf?
Oh my God, chat is so torn. They're
Oh,
spamming
this
D
is
now
tough.
though.
They're like D, and the Google's gonna start coming in here in the last
Go D. Go
go
D.
D. We're
Fuck it.
going D. All
Yeah,
right.
fuck it, D.
Okay. Okay. See, Chad knows ball. I'm telling you, the answers start getting more right the longer you wait. On
Right,
what
yeah.
on what continent can you find the Prince Charles Mountains and the Rockefeller Plateau?
Prince Charles, I
Europe,
mean,
Europe, Australia, Antarctica, Africa.
Rockefeller Plateau. I mean, I almost want to say Antarctica.
Mm,
Is
maybe.
that would that be crazy? I
I don't
kind of want to
know.
go Antarctica here, man. People are saying Europe because of Prince Charles, like the dude is like a king or something, right? Well, I guess a prince in Europe. But I kind of want to go Antarctica. I'm gonna go Antarctica, man. I'm not
You're
even
sending
looking at the
us?
chat for this one. I'm
You're
sending this
sending
one,
us?
yeah. Put faith in me, chat. I got you.
Okay, that's the ball knower. Jesus. All right, last question for the million. On the TV show MacGyver, a dream sequence reveals MacGyver's first name to be what? Angus MacGyver, Bartholomew MacGyver, Giuseppe MacGyver,
I
or
want to
Shirley
say,
MacGyver?
oh Lord, have mercy. This one's tough.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was American. You know, Giuseppe doesn't
Everybody's got
sound
a different
American.
answer already. I see a lot of Anguses though. I'm going a lot of Anguses, man. I see a few B's.
Mm.
I'm gonna go Angus. I'm
Send in
trusting the chat
Angus.
here. Yeah, Angus.
Chat knows MacGyver. W. There it
Let's
is.
go.
Kmac gets the whole board just like that. Angus MacGyver. You're a millionaire just like that. What would you do if you won $1,000,000?
Ooh, I'd buy my dad a boat.
A boat. Okay.
Yeah.
Where's he living now?
They're in Charleston. Yeah.
Okay. And they don't have a
So
boat in
they'd have a great
Charleston?
use for it.
What are they doing? Coast Guard guy doesn't have a boat or what?
Dude, a nice, 27-foot sports boat's like 175 grand nowadays. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy inflation on boats.
And he's probably been on enough boats in the last 40 years, huh?
Yeah. Well, they're part of like a boat club right now where like you can go rent a boat for a day. You pick like a couple of days throughout a month and then you go like rent a boat, which is pretty
That's a
cool.
dub.
And you don't have to worry about, winterizing it or cleaning it or refueling or anything like that. They do it all for you.
I mean, I've been told that's the biggest hassle of the boat, or the biggest cost of the boat, is the maintenance and storage and all that shit. So
Right, yeah. Yeah.
there it is, man. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Madden wise, or anything?
No, I'm just excited for the year, man. I think if we do our job as content creators, everybody in the community will have a good time, man. I think it's up to us to carry a lot of the load and make sure everybody has fun in the game.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate your grind because it's motivating. Yeah, and good luck to you. Thanks for coming on and joining us in the chat on the show today, my man.
Yeah, I appreciate you and thank you guys. Y'all have a good one.
All right, buddy.
All right, peace.
There he is. Kmac. W's, 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 W's. W's. I love this because I learned like so much about like Coast Guard. Now, do we just agree that Coast Guard is like, if you had to be a branch of the military, Coast Guard got to be like, I mean, where are we at with Coast Guard, boys? Is it over Air Force? Are we putting Coast Guard over Air Force? I don't know. I'm just at now. Listen, I'm not. I'm not a military sweat. None of my family has really been. I mean, my uncle was a Marine, I guess, but none of my family is really military people. And listen, because we're kind of pussy. People that go join the armed forces, those are real men. All right, respectable. But if I had to if I had to rank the branches, I mean, you gotta go Marines, Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard. You got to do that. Is that not the right? Is space a branch of military now? Which one would I join as a pussy? Air Force, probably. I've heard good things about the Air Force. I've heard good things. No, first of all, No, I have heard Air Force is like cracked. I have heard that, and obviously the Army and Marines seem like fucking shit to join. You know, like Vilma was in the Army, and all he did was fucking run. He was like, I was like, you want to play Madden? He said, no, I got to run 17 miles today. What? I swear to God, every day. So I don't really know, but like I said, everybody in any branch of armed services, honestly, is like special. You know, special Americans. Reezy, my man, 29 months. I appreciate the subs. I appreciate Kmac hopping on the show as well. We did run a lot. There it is. Yeah, like Munilot Headley. Munilot has an I in it, not a Y. All right, figure it out, dude. You're disrespecting Cleveland. It's not Muni with a. It's Muni. All right, it's not disrespect Cleveland. All right. Support the troops, dude. For real, like that. I am always fascinated by military stories, military everything. It's super fascinating, dude. Like I am blown away by like World War II and World War One. Like that shit just humbles me so much, especially World War One, dude. These dudes were in fucking trenches for months. What the fuck, Tyler? Like, do you know how crazy like different men were then, dude? It's like holy shit. You know, so for me, it's definitely a humbling and gives you a lot of gratitude for what we have now, honestly. You know, it's like emotional and like I said, I've never been a military family or military person, but every like I try to watch, you know, obviously as many movies, and me and my wife are big museum people. We're fucking museum nerds. Sorry, so. I remember going to I think Kansas City has a World War One museum. I remember going to that, and shit's fascinating, dude, for real. You know, World War Two was probably, you know, that's like man's greatest triumph, I guess, or one of the biggest. Dude, you know what movie I watched, and I read all about it, and I got into it, and like. What's it called? Not midfield, midway. With the fucking, the planes. God, them dudes were fucking psychos, man. Bro. Holy shit, dude. So I started reading as much as I could, watching as many YouTube videos of Midway. Holy shit, dog. Them dudes were insane men, dude. Like, just absolute. And there's, I think about, like, and they put so much weight on it. Like, dude, if this guy they didn't win that little, you know, tussle, like, America could be smoked, honestly. You know, and it's like, shit. God damn, dude. No, that shit's a must watch, for real. Midway. Them dudes are psychos. Let's just think about like even like obviously all the World War II was a lot of plane fights. Like that shit is fucking nuts. Imagine like hopping in a fighter plane in World War II. Like yeah, I'm going to just do another fight. Bro, that shit is insane. Dog. Yeah, like all right. There's probably a 90% chance I'm getting smoked out of there. That shit is like different human beings, bro. Now we in here, we arguing about vaccinations and shit. We arguing about vaccinations. These dudes hopping in a plane like, let's fucking go. What the fuck? Stupid shit. It's really a humbling thing. Speaking of humbling, so I try to be, And you know what else? I always feel like ashamed that I don't know more about like the wars and military and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to read as much as I can and obviously watch everything as much as I can, but I always do feel like ashamed. Like, damn, I should know more, right? Like, I should be more hip to this. Like, how much shit do I not know? You know what I'm saying? All right. Bets. Or not bets. We have 30 unbanned request. All right, boys. Are you guys ready? It's the most we've ever had. Most we've ever had right now, boys. Unbannies. Right to the unbans. 8 days ago, all the way till 50 minutes ago. Who got banned 50 minutes ago? Oh no, that's the hard. Dude, listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Anybody that just made an account within the last month has banned. I don't got time. You gotta have some. When did you guys make your Twitch account? Do I have any first month Twitchers right now? I feel like when I see account created 26 minutes ago, account followed 26 minutes ago. That's an instant ban, bro. I can't lie. That's an instant. I don't like those fucking dudes. And then they come in trolling. All right, you're out. That's how I feel. Like if you're gonna just make your account, like it gotta be like, hello, I just made Twitch. What's up? I'm new here, right? All right. So let's get into the shits. Like, this is literally made to troll me right here. Like, is it not? Is this not just made to troll me? Like, account created August 21st, 2023. P Huff, my man, tier 1. Let's go. Deny. All right, let's start at the beginning, though. Omega, 1997. Was banned on November 30th, 2022. I mean, he might have called a bad ban. Can't lie. He might. King does it all. Damn, I've been clapping people. Hold up. This is a bad look for me. When was this? Oh, this is March 2020. What is going on right now? Oh, people are coming back to the stream now. Like, oh shit, I was banned. Okay. Joey Rex, please, I will sub. April. You are so pissed. You are getting mixed. Calvin Ice banned. Oh, he was sub or banned? Alright, we'll bring him back. Banned in March. Anyone need MLB The Show 23 full game code deluxe version? Whisper me or DM Mike Goated. Chimmy, I can't lie. This was a tough ban here. Tough ban. We'll bring him back. T. Raptors for life. March 1st, 2021. Okay, this guy's been on the shelf for a while here. 146 Demon. Weak box him. Sub down to I form. Put running back out wide. Don't fight this. Do not pass. Audible down to I form and run on his ass. Audible down from bunch. He's been on the shelf for 2.5 years. Let's bring him back. Lam Rocha. December. When you're 40, damn, so next year? Was I lying? Okay. TTV. Okay, once again, November 2021. Dubby nose is big as fuck. Dubby got some nostrils on him. Dubby nose is 95% of his face. No lie, I was being an ass at the time. I man up to my mistakes. Give me one more chance, cuz if not, it's cool. I'ma still watch. This was a quality unban request, I'll be honest, boys. It really was. That boy D. This dude is pure absolute. Yo, this dude is I rarely think about giving somebody the all-time hammer, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the all-time hammer right now. I'll be honest, I really am. This guy, man, W hater. Bring him back. Bring him back. Bron Tough. June 2023. That was so unlucky. I'm not trolling. Please unban. I got banned for no reason. Tough ban from TJ. Tough ban. Can't lie. Cam off. Ban me. Thanks for the ban. It means more than you know. We'll bring him back. Burnsy. Somebody's about to lose their mod, honestly. The mod might be in question. I haven't been on Twitch all day in about a year. My little brother had my phone. Dev Dog. I called out Skimbo because I felt like I was getting treated unfairly by him and most of his chat. Mainly like a slave. The trolling took a lot out of my mental health. I look up to you guys and love you guys, but I can only handle so much trolling. I don't know if Dev Dog is a real person. I really don't even know what's going on here. And he says Rico Williams will always be a legend and he gets banned. Hold up. He shouted out my boy Rico and he gets banned. Come on, bro. Dude, Medford. Yo, how do I keep... I gotta stop letting all these people back, bro. I really do. I gotta stop letting these people back. I do it to myself. Like, these people are pure absolute trolls. If we let back that boy Dito, then like we gotta let them all back. Do you understand? Like, that boy D is pure nasty troll, and we let him back. So there is no perma ban. There is no perma ban for trolling. There's not. Tweets by OG. Tony Aikman, Troy Romo. Never trusted dude named Gunsmoke. D Croft band tweets by OG on 119. A month since he last typed in the chat. Something fishy going on here. I don't know. He typed in January, gets banned a month later. Is this a personal vendetta? What do we think is going on here, boys? We're bringing him back. Canes, 30-57. I didn't do anything. He put some hennies. He put a W. February 2022, which is what, boys? A year and a half ago. He probably played a sound. He probably hit us with a Titanic sound, to be honest. Because, like, look, he gets banned 4 months later. Let's bring him back. Xbox controller. Have you ever drank your own piss? Have you ever smelled your own shit? What's the best method to snipe cards? This is literally the problem with Mutt right here. This is the problem with Mutt. This is it. This is literally the problem with Mutt right here. These are the same people. These are the absolute same people. Dude trying to snipe cards and dude smelling and drinking his own piss. Literally him. But let's bring him back. All right. Guap Dad 4000. Oh, shit. Guap Dad? Let's go, man. Black Reigns disrespected Throne by sneak dissing and putting his pick on a thumbnail. Then he started saying pro players are scared to risk a game against them. W the Man Guru. I can't believe a Regs player had the nerve to call out Throne. Anyone see the Throne call out? An idiot named Black Rain said Throne is a joke, and so was W. You missed something, W. This guy is really adamant. Guap Dad is like really adamant. I mean, this was a long ass time ago. Somehow I remember Guap Dad. Sivu will never see a Madden tournament in his life. Fair prediction? Question mark. It's a good man. I'm sorry, Guap Dad. Thanks for being back. Spilleroni Tony. Head size. $2021. This was 2 years ago. Damn. Yeah, welcome back, Spilleroni. Here we go. Rowdy. Fuck you, bald bitch. And he got gangbanged by Mexi Brown and AC Dix. Sorry, I was trolling. September. No. This was this year. Let's bring him back. I like that energy. TD Vizzy. Damn. That's tough. Hold up. Ain't no way Vizzy was in the fucking marbles but skipped Bot Wars. Hold up. No, the marbles was Friday, though. The marbles was Friday. It wasn't during Bot Wars, though. That was during Friday, right, boys? We didn't play marbles during the actual Saturday show. I'm not so upset about this. Maybe he just missed Bot Wars. I stand on a throne of power here that I feel like we should give him a second chance. Never to play in Bot Wars again. But I don't think we permaban him from the channel. I don't think we do that. Obviously, never allowed to play in Bot Wars or come close to it. But I don't think we permabanned. I don't think we permaban. Everything happens for a reason. I really don't, we got Maze out here. Maze showed out. We had a good time. Oh, he's definitely permabanned from Bot Wars. Him and Trey are the only people permabanned from Bot Wars. And honestly, thanks to Trey, permabans will never be lifted from Bot Wars ever in the history of Bot Wars. They won't. Mills is not permabanned from Bot Wars. He is not on the list of people to get back in Bot Wars. Well, what happened was we had Trey all set up to play a game. He pretty much backed out twice in Bot Wars last minute. Put it that way. Like we had Trey ready to play. I don't know if it was spamming his first back out. So we banned him like we got TD Vizzy. But then it's my man. I'm like, all right, Trey, I'm gonna let you back in Bot Wars. It's your opportunity, dude. We're gonna get you spamming. First Bot Wars is gonna be lit. And we let him back. We lifted the ban. I said, you know what? I don't want any bans in Bot Wars. That's foul. And he backed out again. I'm not interested in pictures of girls right now. Maddie likes it though. We're unbanning Vizzy. He made a mistake. Who knows what happened? Maybe he didn't set a good enough alarm. Maybe he was scared. Maybe the lights got too bright. At the end of the day, he's a man and he's part of this community, okay? And one thing we don't do is we don't turn our back on community. Dear W, I know this is going to sound weird, but my account got hacked by Tim from Arby's down on Cedar Street, and he started to troll your channel because he knows how big a fan I am and he represents my fandom. But Tim from Arby's down to Cedar Street will never catch me slipping again. Moving forward, I'll use my Prime sub on your channel indefinitely, not Monkeypox, the American military, or Jared Leto from the hit movie Morbius can stop a high-value man like me. Amen. Something awesome. He's been banned 4 times. He's been timed out 3 times. We'll bring him back, though. Go Hawks! One day we're going to go through unban requests, and I'm literally just going to take everybody's sword. Like, one day we're going to go through unban requests, and I want to take everybody's sword. One day. Wyatt Sterling. Okay. No, this is bannable. Hitler Comms is bannable. Three Big Macs and dip. How you buy 3 Big Macs and it ain't come with fries and soda? Nice. Just... Oh shit. There he is. Something awesome. Tier 1. Let's go, man. That's why you bring him back. I mean, he might have been suburb banned. He might have been suburb banned. This was March. Suburb ban was in effect in March. But anytime I can think about the 3 Big Mac story, it's a good day. If anybody knows about 3 Big Macs, I know we got some new viewers. There's a guy walking around here. His name is Black Donkey Kong. He's also known as Alan, also known as Dollar Gets Paid. He's a professional troll. And one day, late night, maybe off Madden season, maybe during an Apex stream, he opened up his heart and told us that he once went to McDonald's with his girlfriend where she broke up with him. She then ordered 3 Big Macs. He paid for the Big Macs. And then she left with a bag of just 3 Big Macs, no drink, no fries. Entered a car, drove away. The rest is up for interpretation. What happened? Did she eat 3 Big Macs herself? Did she eat 1 Big Mac and give 2 Big Macs and run a train? What happened? Nobody knows. You know, did she have a fat side guy and he was just fat and he ate all 3 and then had her? Who knows what happens? Did she secretly have kids she needed to feed the Big Macs to? Nobody knows the answers. You know, but it's all up into interpretation and stories we can devise. So if you ever see this guy named Black Donkey Kong or Dollar Gets Paid or Black Mario, he's got a purple name and we put a VIP badge on him so nobody can mistake him from anybody else. He is the man whose girlfriend broke up with him at McDonald's, made him buy 3 Big Macs, and left with the Big Macs in the bag. I once did buy 3 Big Macs to see if it was a good meal just by itself. I can see a big woman taking down 3 Big Macs. Is that what it was? Or was it for Tom and Harry and then she got pounded. So that's the story behind the 3 Big Macs, boys. Nobody knows. You know, she got pounded. Did she get rolled? Did she get piped? And like, that's nuts. To go to the train and bring food, that's a quality whore. I'll be honest. That is a quality whore. Give her a 10-day contract. Holy shit. To bring food? Yeah. Oh, she got quarter pounded. Ha ha! Gilbert Gottfried in the chat, boys. This was the Nita Podcast, episode 211.